One of the things that I hate when it comes to politics is when people throw the word both sidism as somehow a deflection of things that should be wrong. Trump's FCC guy made a threat on air that was very stupid, very unconstitutional, and gave the other side ammunition. YouTube just came out and admitted the Biden administration pressured them to silence and limit certain right wing voices. That was also very, very questionable. And we also know government officials have essentially made contact with news organizations about things like the Biden laptop story, trying to squash it until it could be quote unquote verified. These were violations of freedom of speech. It was inappropriate. They've been doing it for more than 15 years, pretty blatantly. That's not okay. Regardless if it's Democrat or Republican, the fight should not be just right this second. The fight should be, hey, if government's constantly doing this, they need to stop it. Regardless if you have certain economic policies or other kinds of policies like abortion, we should be agreeing that challenging the government on these issues is okay. Now, this there is a famous study that many times is cited for who's more violent, right or left. It seems to ignore the George Floyd riots and a few other things that makes it seem like it's missing crucial data to get an accurate description. Again, who cares if it's both sidesism? We're in a very hot time. We do have a bunch of liberals that are getting themselves fired for posting on social media how happy they are over Charlie Kirk and even putting out hit lists. We had 3 assassination attempts against Trump. I'm I wasn't a fan of January 6th. I think many of those people did commit crimes. So what it comes down to is, yes, political violence should be discussed as don't do it. Now, if the most recent example is left wing saying, but you guys do it too, nah. And if the culture is getting hot, if the culture is ready to explode, you feel that. There's constant things, especially things like shooting outside a Disney building, shooting at ICE officers, that kind of thing. Maybe you should calm down, take a step back, and first get us in a reasonable discussion voice and calm down the violence before we get back to the policy arguments. Now, that's a matter of wisdom. An example that's not political is the Raja Jackson uh, wrestling incident where he might be doing some time. You freaking the guy jumped into the ring. Uh, Raja Jackson went off on a guy. He body slammed him, knocking him out, and did like 20 crazy amount of punches where the guy could not defend himself. That deserves prison time. But there may be lawsuits to be had by the wrestling organization for setting the environment where that could happen. They also have a separate type of fault that needs to be discussed and needs to be questioned. That does not mitigate the actions of the violent thug who put his hands on somebody, who jumped in a ring and put his hands on somebody, or who shot at somebody. But it does mean we need to look in the environment, read the room, and attempt to get ourselves back into a position where we can have reasonable discussions on policy. Now, I come from the right. Trump's not helping this. Trump is not good at this. Trump is not very diplomatic when it comes to political opponents here in the States. He enjoys using his power to basically do what what the TV show Billions called FU money. Except in this case, he has actual political power. So Trump is not great at that. Many of the lefties are active participants in the race to the bottom, and I wish they would stop. All of them.